Congratulations to these 2 subscribers. You just won our giveaway from last week. Look out for a private message from us and we will send you your real deal prize. And when you get it, post a pic with hashtag #ShineWithGaryandAllie to show everyone what you won.
Today we're going to be talking about how to battle food.
Yeah, we live in a culture obsessed with food. Food channels, food reality shows, cookbooks, recipes, on and on and on. But then what's funny is we're so diet obsessed. Did you know that dieting is a $32 billion industry? Okay, but yet Americans have never been fatter, sicker, more compulsive with food.
For most of us, when we start to struggle with the way we look or feel towards food, we simply choose to diet. You know what, friends, is true? Anybody that follows a formula or a diet perfectly will typically lose weight. Anybody can lose weight, but the problem is that doesn't help over the long haul. I always say, because I've struggled immensely with this issue in my life in the past, I always say that dieting is a carnal way of handling a spiritual problem. For myself, there was just this emptiness inside, and I was always trying to fill it with food. You know, like if I was lonely, I'd eat. If I was bored, I'd eat. If I was mad, I'd eat. If I was happy, I'd eat. I mean, it always seemed to be eating. And a lot of it was compulsive, sort of secretive, eating when no one was watching, you know, and some of the habits. And then when I saw success in dieting, oh, I can do this. I got some self-control. Then I erred on that side, compulsion with exercise and calorie counting. Your head is just like, can I really be free from this?
And both of us here today are living examples. You can be free. Yeah. Most of you guys know that I was a professional dancer, so I spent every day looking in the mirror at my body, picking apart what looked good, what didn't, what I was gonna eat. I remember in college thinking about what I was gonna eat for that entire day. It became an obsession. We don't have to live like that, and I don't anymore. So we both just wanna encourage you that there is freedom. You can be free from food.
Today, we're gonna go after freedom from food obsession. In the good zone. I'm so happy. I'm in the best mood. Hi, everybody. I'm happy. But when it's in the bad zone, everything feels like drudgery. My whole day is ruined. I'm in the worst mood. Sometimes I think we wear the scale around our neck like a bad piece of jewelry. It just kind of comes with you out and about in your day, and depending on what numbers showed up on the scale, perhaps you're happy and it makes you feel good. And then if the numbers were bad, like a mood ring, it just turns to black. Your mood, your feelings towards yourself. This is just a scale. It's just a piece of metal with numbers on it. It's not a friend. It's not an enemy. It's not something we need to battle with or something that can dictate our moods. We need to get this off of us. It's bad jewelry.
You won't fit in that. You're too big for that. Since you had kids, you can't wear that. That's too tight on your stomach. You'll look disgusting. You can't wear those jeans until you lose 10 pounds. Nope. It just keeps pushing me more, burn more calories, work harder, get skinnier, get fitter. It's never enough. Sometimes I live my life like I have a mirror right next to me all the time, judging my every thought, my every decision, my every move. And sometimes it speaks truth to me, and sometimes it speaks flat out lies. So I've had to learn to tame this mirror, put it down, and to make it behave. I am no longer listening to that constant chatter.
Today, I'm going to recommend the first book I ever wrote, which is called Truly Fed, Finding Freedom from Disordered Eating. Friends, this is really kind of my baby. In this, I tell my story, all my struggle with food and all the learning and the freedom that has come since then. I wrote this book from 3 lenses. It seems people that just want to lose weight, there's a lot out there that you can read. But what about those of us that struggle not only with compulsive overeating, but undereating on the anorexic side, and then those that struggle with bulimia and purging? I struggle with all of it. And so there's something for everybody in this book. I also would like to recommend this book by Lysa TerKeurst, Made to Crave. It's a New York Times bestseller. Maybe some of you have read it. I love Lysa. I love her approach. She wasn't so much compulsive, but just really had fallen into some bad habits. Maybe that's you. She also started to run from mailbox to mailbox in her neighborhood. I love that.
Today I'm going to recommend a membership program called First Place for Health. First Place for Health has been around for over 20 years and has really helped countless people lose weight. You can go online and find different groups to meet with in your area, and your membership includes different books with all sorts of different resources. There's plans in here that help you with grocery shopping, exercise activities, to retrain your mind to think differently about food.
When I was really at my lowest, struggling with how to make sense in my mind with all my struggles with food, I remember just trying so many things and reading so many books, and nothing seemed to help. I found in the bookstore, I found this little book, and it wasn't a great book, to be honest with you, but it had one concept in it that completely changed how I dealt with food and my habits and behaviors. And it was based on a scripture in the Bible that says, when you sow to the flesh, you reap destruction. But when you sow to the spirit, you reap life. It stopped me in my tracks, and I thought, what kind of habits and behaviors towards food do I sow to my flesh that is reaping destruction? My first book that I ever wrote, Truly Fed, I talked about flesh seeds and spirit seeds. Flesh seeds, hiding and lying about food, denying that habits are destructive, continuing behaviors that lead to guilt, shame, and secrecy, reciting lies in the mind and remaining hopeless.
Spirit seeds. Food secrets are exposed, understanding the truth about our bodies and habits, offering to God specific times we engage in damaging behavior, choosing to change our actions and habits, and filling our minds with scripture and affirming phrases.
Really taking what I was investing in, what I was sowing in my life, and flipping it just changed everything about how I thought and behaved towards food. I remember the first seed that I offered to God in my eating was when you and your big sister Brooke were little. You were just in preschool, and I would take you to preschool, and typically I'd come home and eat for the 2.5 hours that you were at school. And what I decided to do was offer that 2.5 hour period as seed to God. I wouldn't eat during that time frame, and instead I would just be thankful and do my work and do what I was supposed to do without food being a part of it. What was amazing is it was great. I felt like I got through that time fine. I was able to afterwards add other time frames that were dangerous for me, like eating the whole time I would cook a meal, or sneaking food late at night. And I started to see such life come from me.
That reminds me of something. With my kids, I struggle a lot with eating their leftovers. They're very picky eaters, so they don't finish their plate, of course. And then I found myself just eating the rest of their food. I started to notice this just recently, actually. And now I'm going to sow that seed. I'm going to say, no, you know what? We're going to put it in a container, put it in the fridge, and they'll eat it later. I don't need to make an excuse to say, oh, but I don't want there to be food wasted, and then I'm going to eat it. One of the concepts in your book you talk about is it's waste either in the trash can or waste in your body.
Right.
And I don't want it in my body. Okay?
Our bodies are not garbage cans. Right.
Another part I love about the sowing seeds is inviting God into that moment. So into that moment of, I'm going to sneak this, or I'm going to go to this fast food restaurant real quick, it made me more intentional and more mindful of what I was eating.
Yeah. Invite God in. Don't don't go secret or isolated and shut him out. Invite him into the struggles and the habits and the behaviors that you just aren't thrilled with. And you know what, friends? This is the first step to learning how to battle food. We'll talk about it more in future episodes. As we go on with this and we learn and grow together, we're going to learn how to win freedom with food.
Thanks for joining us for Shine. Each week we have brand new episodes, so you're not going to want to miss any. Go ahead and click the subscribe button below and you'll get your next episode.
We'd love to stay connected with you, so follow us on all of our social media by clicking any of the links you see here. And if there's a topic you'd like us to cover on Shine, just leave us a comment below.
Okay guys, till next week.
Don't forget to shine!